All signs point to this as we get some surprising injury updates from head coach Kris Knoblauch ahead of tonight's game against the Buffalo Sabres. Who's close to returning, who's not close to returning, we'll break that all down for you today here on the channel, as well as previewing tonight's game against the Sabres. All that more today here on Oilers Digest. If you haven't done so already, folks, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're down below, giving me your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't hit that button already, folks, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button for any and all Oiler news. Now, what a start to the month of December. I mean, if you take away that 1-0 loss against the Wild, in which the Oilers still played pretty well, 15 goals in the last 2 games against Seattle in Winnipeg, but the Oilers, as they're racking up the wins, they're still dealing with some losses. But we did get some timeline updates from Kris Knoblauch, courtesy of Tony Brar from Oilers TV. A lot of injury notes here, a lot of guys on the shelf right now. No Philip returned to practice and is getting closer. Knoblauch says another week at the earliest. Jake Walman will take longer than anticipated. He was originally day-to-day. Now he's week-to-week and won't be this week and unlikely for next week. Apparently it's going to be a while. Both Jack Roslovic and Kasperi Kapanen will be, quote, around Christmas time. That's very vague from Kris Knoblauch, around Christmas time. You know what that means when it comes to Kris Knoblauch giving us health updates. It's going to be, Easter time that we finally see those two again. And then Connor Clattenburg, as reported on Saturday after the Jets game, is about a week away there. He suffered that high stick from Brandon Montour during the Kraken game, was unavailable against the Jets, so it seems to be some sort of underlying issue. Might be with the head, might be because of concussion protocol, but still out of the lineup. And, as that Oilers, fourth line is rolling with Clattenburg, he's out of the lineup. And even though the bottom 6 is showing signs of life, I would love to see Connor Clattenburg get some more ice time before, when all of these guys are healthy, luckily at the same time, there's going to be a bit of a logjam. I think Clattenburg is on the outside looking in once this team is fully healthy. There's some more info on Jake Walman from Jason Grigor. Won't play this week, and again, not certain he returns next week. My understanding is Walman has a deep bone bruise from blocking a shot against the Tampa Bay Lightning on that Oilers road trip, and it is taking longer to heal than originally expected. Now, he's out of a walking boot within, 1 to 2 days. We all thought, okay, trending upwards, going to be back very soon, but again, seemed to have some sort of setback there, along with Kasperi Kapanen. We all saw the clip there when he re-injured himself during an Oilers morning skate there, and then he hustled off the ice, very upset. I mean, rightfully so, when you're that close to returning, and then something backfires on you, and it just, puts the timeline that much farther ahead. I could obviously see why you would be upset there, but still no Kasperi Kapanen or Jake Walman for the Oilers very soon there. But hey, no Philip back on the ice wearing a non-contact jersey there. Coincidentally enough, that was against the Oilers' opponent tonight when he suffered his injury, the Buffalo Sabres, tonight at 7 o'clock Mountain. The lines in pairings from the morning skate, which was yesterday, unknown at this time if the Oilers are having a morning skate. If anything, it's going to be an optional skate, so we wouldn't know the lines in pairings from this morning. So it's very likely that we will see the exact same lines that we saw from the previous the previous game, I should say, against the Winnipeg Jets, because there was no Connor Clattenburg on Saturday night there. Nugent-Hopkins next to Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. I mean, this top 6 has just been lights out for the Oilers these last 2 games. I'm Coles and Draisaitl in Savoy, who has found his confidence in an Oilers uniform, which is huge. Savoy, and again, a bit more of a storyline tonight, facing the team that drafted him, the Buffalo Sabres there. So he wants to prove just a little bit more to Kevin Adams and the rest of the Sabres front office. And then the bottom 6, again, which I said is showing signs of life here. Andrew Mangiapane with Adam Henrique and Matisse Janmark, and then Trent Frederick, Curtis Lazar, and David Chmasik with Noah Philip as the extra forward, as he was wearing a non-contact jersey. And then the lines stayed the same with the D pairings there. Matisse Ekholm in Evan Bouchard with Darnell Nurse and Al Gregula, and Brett Kulak in Ty Emberson. It looks like Stuart Skinner will get the start tonight, and Kris Knoblauch liking what he's seeing from his team. Definitely a lot more confidence. Anytime you score goals, that's confidence throughout the group, but more importantly, just as individuals, once they get a goal or get on the score sheet, it goes a tremendous way in just feeling good about your game and the feeling that you're contributing. It starts with us moving the puck a lot better, just transitioning up the ice and just executing our passes. I think that has a lot to do with it. I like that we're playing with that attack mentality and not being on the outside as much as we were earlier in the year there. And it all starts with your defenseman there, Evan Bouchard, after an abysmal start to the season. That's coming from someone who absolutely loves what Bouchard brings to the team there. But, we all have eyes. We all saw, his performance there during the opening month and a half of the Oilers season there. But it all starts with your defenseman moving the puck up the ice there. And, with no Jake Wallman, who's, very good at moving the puck up the ice, the Oilers, depending on Evan Bouchard, just a little bit more. But during the last 13 games played there, 3 goals, 14 assists for a total of 17 points, plus minus to plus 11. I mean, I'm not a big fan of plus minus, but when it fits my narrative, I can use it all I want there in an average time on ice of 23-28. They're certainly making his case for the Team Canada brass that, hey, you saw that opening month, you can just forget about that. You can see what I bring to the table once my game is in full effect there. Both Bouchard and Ekholm, flipping the course of what we saw during the opening month of the Oilers campaign there. I mean, we all saw Ekholm and Bouchard going, hey, where are the real 2-14 folks? What is going on here? But the Oilers trying to get revenge there on the Buffalo Sabres, who defeated them while the Oilers were on that 7-game road trip there. And Connor McDavid, saying with this team, the offensive confidence is boosted. The goals are nice. Obviously, they're going in, but we're generating more. We're generating a couple more chances, getting inside, getting into the net, attacking more, and I've definitely liked the offensive side better than the last little bit there. So hopefully, the Oilers can muster more than 1 goal against this Buffalo Sabres squad here. Taking a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams, courtesy of the Buffalo Sabres, which fantastic graphic, breaks everything down perfectly there, and I'll show you. I mean, goals for per games played, the Oilers 7th in the NHL. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Sabres, 3rd last, they're 30th in the league. So if this was any time for the Oilers to continue their scoring luck here, this would be an amazing game to do so before they play Detroit on Thursday, and then they head out east yet again for another road trip, but which takes a turn here into the special teams. The Oilers tied for first in the NHL on the power play. They're 33.3%. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Sabres, for some reason, 5-on-5, they can sort of, not do anything defensively, but on the penalty kill, once they're short a man, somehow they're 3rd in the league at 85.5% there. So the Oilers and the Buffalo Sabres, special teams, the Oilers have been phenomenal. Perfect on the penalty kill the last few games. Almost perfect on the power play. They went 4 for 5 against the Seattle Kraken, 1 for 1 against the Winnipeg Jets. So, special teams, when the Oilers, if they do get on the power play there, it won't be as easy as we may think there with the Buffalo Sabres. Now, taking a look at the Buffalo Sabres, dead last in the Atlantic Division there. Buffalo is, a team that is going nowhere. Sometimes it look dangerous, and other times you go, yeah, that's the same old Buffalo Sabres that we've come to expect there coming into this one. Losers of their last 3, they did play last night against the Calgary Flames. They're losing that one 7-4, even though they did try to make it close against the Flames. They only faced, a 1-goal deficit 3 times. Calgary would score, and then Buffalo would come within 1, Calgary would score, and then so on and so forth until Calgary completely took over there. When it comes to the Buffalo lineup, it's a guessing game as far as we're concerned there. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen started last night in Calgary. He was pulled in favor of Alex Lyon, but the Buffalo Sabres, for some reason, carry 3 goalies on their roster, so we could either see Colton Ellis or Alex Lyon get the start tonight. The Oilers did see Colton Ellis way back when in Buffalo there, and, his night was pretty easy, so we may see him again tonight there. And Buffalo did not hold a morning skate, so, the lines could look, very different from what we saw last night in Calgary. Jordan Greenway doesn't play back-to-backs there as he came off a hernia surgery, so the lines, as I said, they are anyone's guess there. And to make things even worse, Jason Zucker is out tonight for the Sabres and is expected to miss some time. Jason Zucker, one of the most underrated players in the NHL there, ever since, he was a Minnesota Wild into Buffalo here. And again, I'm not going to try to guess what the Buffalo Sabres are rolling out because it's a complete game of Yahtzee. They can roll out whatever, and I could be completely wrong here. So this is what I do know about the Buffalo lineup. And what I also do know, unfortunately, for those who love the Oilers alternate jerseys and the good luck that they do bring to the team, the Oilers, 21 goals and only 9 goals against, a perfect 3-0 in these jerseys. We will not be seeing them until December 23rd against the Calgary Flames there. where, I mean, they do bring good luck, but you don't want to spoil that good luck by rolling them out every single game there. Eventually, that magic does run out, but I mean, even though they're, a perfect 3-0, them being slick is just a bonus to the table here. But that is it for today's video, folks. Let me know down in the comments what you think about tonight's game. Do you think the Oilers continue to build a win streak going here, or do you think this is a classic trap game for the Edmonton Oilers? I mean, they're 3-1 against the Buffalo Sabres in their last 5 at Rogers Place there in Buffalo. Always seem to play the Oilers tough no matter where they are in the standings. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Folks, enjoy the game tonight. Let's go Oilers. Let's hear some La Bamba afterwards. Take care. I'm Matt.